Hey dreamers, this is Jechta Plays, and today we're going to finish the card sculpt. In the first video we did of course the sculpt itself, so it was a little bit like puzzling here and there, and this is what we came up with. So this is like the 1% graphic thermo, memory cards, wooden cards, or it's going to be a wooden card, so it's not like much of a wooden card at the moment, but we're going to make one. And it's not really going to be a working one at the moment. I leave the option open, so I basically leave this option open to make it eventually a working card as well. Maybe I will do that on stream. It will be fun to do that. Now, I do see something very silly, and I see that we forgot in the last video, we forgot to put the wheel down as well. Now, that is very silly of me. I am aware of that. So if you have seen that in the first video, I'm very sorry I didn't fix that. Like we turned everything down at the normal X, but like the normal axis, but like we forgot to do the wheel itself. So this video we're doing that. But it's good like to still like look at your sculpts like and then like a few times to see if everything is looking as how it should. Okay, that being said, I think we can continue to finish this wooden karting. And now I'm not really the best like wood painter, so my technique, I would not maybe suggest to use this technique as well, because like I'm not really that great. We don't need sculpting anymore. We need painting, and normally, I need to go in this sculpt. And like normally I'm not doing anything in like mirror mode with painting, but since that is only like the sides, we can do it in mirror mode, so don't look that weird. We only have to like paint the middle part just with without mirror, so it doesn't look that it's going to be like too much of like mirrored, but like we can do the both sides in mirror. That's fine, totally fine, saves a lot of time as well. So with this technique, I do like make a hole in this one, and it is like I don't really do this technique that like often. I sometimes just use another shape. I sometimes use like cone for this to make the wooden cuttings. But first, before we continue, I totally forgot. How can I forget? We need to make, of course, the wooden color. So it's going to be, are we going for light brown or dark brown? I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. We can always change it eventually. But I think I'm going to go for a little bit like darker brown. So we're going to use this here and combine that with that one, and we can combine it with this one, and I'll spin it a little bit. Put it on add, and now we have like a base layer. I think it's maybe still too dark. We can put it like subblend on, and I'll put like it's fine for the base layer. It's fine. It looks like a little bit too dark, but we can fix that with like layers, because like I always do that. I always put layers on it, and I think we can use the colors that Media Molecule gave you. Let's go for the wedge first, and I don't really need grid for this, but I do need server snap, and then make a hole in it. Put it like so. Stretch it out a little bit more. And like that. And now just pick a color. I will go for this one here. I'm not sure if this is smart, by the way, what I'm doing right now. Like normally I don't use this for this particular wood technique. Normally I use cones. But I kind of want to see, I should have saved, maybe I should have saved it first. Let me save it first before we actually doing something. Let me just make a quick save. Elements, sculpture. We're going to call this wooden card. Probably going to get another name eventually, so I can find things even back. But for now, it's just card. Okay. And now we are starting again anyway. I think I'm going to use this color instead, and let's paint that over our base color. A little bit lighter now, so that's fine. And I still want to go for the wedge technique. I did this technique on the bamboo. Now I know that bamboo structures are different than wooden structures, but maybe we can get a little bit of the same outcome. If you're not trying, you don't know if something is going to work or not. So I kind of want to do this and see how it's going to look like. A little bit scary, but we've saved it now. I think we can get quite the structure that I want. The thing is that I figured it a little bit like on the stream some time ago, and it was really like pleasant to find this technique because like it's easier for me for what I did before, and it's also a lot faster. And it, like I said, I'm not like the best wooden paint. I know there are way better techniques to get wooden structures into your asset. But I kind of enjoying this technique, to be honest. There we go. And oh, I accidentally also painted on this one here. Yikes. Well, we can quickly solve that with was it this one? Which one was it? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Oh well, doesn't matter. Like we can fix this anyway. I'm not sure like if we do it in mirror mode. Yeah, we should not do this in mirror mode. This is what I talked about. Like if you do this in mirror mode, it will look very weird and strange, and you don't want that. You don't want weird and strange. I'm like personally, if you ever want to make like wooden structure or wooden texturing, I think a wedge is a really nice way to get it done. And especially when you're making a hole inside of it as well. Now, I don't really like where you see like these stripes here, so well, I'll get back to that later. And because like we make like a hole inside, but it actually looked like it's except for these things here. So maybe wait, let me. This is a little stupid of me. I was kind of afraid of like, oh no, we should not do this. Like we need to bring this color back. Oh, man. I need this color. There you go. I really wish we had like an option to save presets of our pre-made shapes molecule. Just a suggestion, but please do it for me. Okay, and just now I hope I can find that what I did before. And of course, I mean, we're basically going to layer over it, so I'm going to use different layers of this technique. And you don't have to, like, you can like mess a little bit around. You don't really have to be that precise. Like, it doesn't matter, because like wood is not like straight cut, or layers, I mean. You can just like mess a little bit around and let's change the color a little bit. Let's do a little bit lighter. Oh, that's very light. So we're going to put a little bit more opacity this time. Like, we don't want to have like it's not sure if I go for this light though. Maybe I need to make a preset. See how this looks. I just keep trying. See where it'll strand. But I'm really enjoying this technique, and I mean, at least gives you a little bit like the wood feeling, and not really like not the best, but it's good enough for the asset. Let's go. This one here. Oh, I should have done that in the mirror mode. Whoopsie. Totally forgot. But let's do this in mirror mode. It saves you time if you're actually doing that. A little bit more opacity now. We're like, otherwise I have to paint too long on this. Okay, and then we can put the mirror mode off again. Do these things. Now we can do the bottom as well, but I think, let me see how that looks on the other side. So we're going to clone this, and then we can basically see what we forgot. And paint it all. Now it adds now 1% graphics. That's because like it's now an new sculpt. So that's why. But I kind of want to do the bottom as well, so that we can place the asset in different ways. And do 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 do. If you have found like a better better woo technique, and you think like, yeah, there's like not too much time to do it and you can actually just like make it really quickly, I would suggest just go for that technique that you are happy with and not like this one. But if you do think that this is very helpful and something that can save your own sculpting and everything, I'm more than happy that I could at least like help someone speed up some texturing without too much painting. But like the longer you paint on an object, like the yeah, the more like complex it's going to be, right? So you don't want to paint too much and too long on a single object. So I think that this is oh, I forgot mirror mode again. Why am I doing that? It's like, it's so stupid. I don't know why I'm doing it. And of course, like, we have to tweak it eventually in the menu, so this is not, of course, the end result. So once we have like done all the painting for the sculpt, we can go into the end result of that sculpt and like put some maybe better color, maybe better reflection, just to make sure that like it's completely done. And yeah, I kind of like it. It's not like it's not perfect, but so we can like delete this one again, and then we flip this back up, so we have it like this. And now I kind of like only want to paint the top ones a little bit darker, so I'm going to use, let me use just like we are in mirror mode, so that's fine. I'm going to use grid. Yep. We have to do it in that mode as well. Alright. Perfect. I would not really perfect, but so to speak, it's okay. It doesn't have the iron plates around it because they didn't do that back then. So just like a wooden card thing. Okay, so at least like this one doesn't have it. Maybe I should like cut the wheels a little bit more less rounded so we can see that like it's, I'm not sure if that is like convenient to do, but that is something that I am like been thinking of. Okay, we'll just now like tweak the menus, and here is the menu of the sculpt. Okay, so it does have like, we can say like it reflects a little bit. I would say like 44, and we can put it a little bit waxiness, -5, not too much. And I think that the overall card color, we can make it a little bit like better with the color. So I'm going to put this up and then put this to its color as it's liking. So now it's very like light. Now if I don't, for example, if I make like assets and I'm not really sure how they look in my environment, I always have like Like I always put this one in here. And just to check out how it looks. Yeah, I think that we need to make it darker. This is not the best sculpt, I have to be honest. Like, this is not the best sculpt that I ever made, but it is what it is. I hope you guys like make a better one than mine. Can we actually tweak it a little bit better? No. Maybe less color, original color in it. I don't know why I always go back to red. Like, I don't want red. Don't really know what color I want to go for. I think maybe here. Now it's like doing red again. Don't go to red. Like, I don't want that. Something like this, but I don't know. I think that the wheels could be a little bit better. Like, the wheels are not really that perfect in my opinion. Like, we can definitely do that better. Okay, let's get rid of this here. I can like say keep these settings for now. Delete this here. Like so. And I kind of want to use a little bit more paint over the wheels. Just because I can. Get more. So what I'm doing now is just like I paint some parts a little bit darker. Yeah, the wheels itself, it doesn't really look that good. Okay, it's I have to deal with this. I may be going to like redesign redesign it eventually. Maybe I'll do it on stream, I don't know. Kind of make it dark a little bit so it looks like it's used and not like very brand new. Maybe we can like say like cut some, put some cuttings into the whole structure. But you also don't want to paint like too long on it. The longer you paint, the heavier the sculpt is going to be. Still not really happy with the color yet. Like it's still not like appealing to me. Like maybe we do go dark brown. Are we going for dark brown? I do feel dark brown. And is this too much of like lighting? Maybe 70 is better. Ooh, it doesn't really bounce light too much. Well, it depends of course, but I think dark brown would be not so bad. Put the original color back on again. Meh. Pretty sure what kind of color. I want to go for with this one. I kind of feel the dark brown better. I think I'll keep it like this. Let's remove this. We don't want to have that in an asset part. I think I will just like use this for the cart. And that's totally fine. I'm still thinking for the wheels to make it more like authentic. So like it's like cut, maybe cut here and there a little bit still. But other than that, like I think we are pretty much finished. So yeah, 25 minutes. I mean, like it's not another hour at least. I can maybe like put it into a scene and as a to close this video and see how that looks into with all the shadows and lightning. And see how that goes. So I'm going to save this wooden cart and we're going to place it into the scene. See how it looks. First, before I'm doing that, I always check if it's like in front of the camera. Pretty much, so that's good. So don't really have to change that anymore. Then go back to the Shishidoshi. And when it's load in, I thought dreams do not have load times. So we get into search, then the wooden cart, and then we can just like place the wooden cart wherever we want, right? So I'm not really sure where to place that. Where would be a good place to have the cart? I don't know. I really do not know. Where's the front? We only place it 1%, so that's good. I probably have to like upscale it a little bit more, just to so when people are going to play this scene, this is going to be tough. Can we not like move this entirely in its normal way? There we go. Maybe a little bit less. Something like that. And like you would actually guess like this is like, even though like we don't have ropes, we should make ropes though. But we can put them a little bit like side. I'm not really sure if I put it on here. Like it doesn't really make sense to have it here. Where can we put it? I was thinking to put it maybe around here, but everything is like, oh, no, we need to have it another color. It's almost blending into the background, so we need to have it like definitely not a color. You really don't want to have the assets like going to to blind into the environment. You don't want to have to deal with that. Like you really want to make sure that like the whole asset is just like get this correct again. Go and then we can put it to the side. You can make that the wheels are a little bit like in the sand or stuff like that. So let me put like some hay here. Hey. Like so. Yeah. Alright. So now we have a car. And let's check out in the scene how that looks in the scene. If we need to increase the quality eventually, like we have to like zoom in, of course. I think I will like put it like one extra quality, just one extra. So let's do that. So it's going to rise, I think. No, not really. It's that. Okay, now it's rising. Okay, I think I will leave it like this. It doesn't have to be like super perfect. Just that people just kind of enjoy a little bit of like the scenery and the ambience with now a card in here. I always wanted to. Oh, I see. I forgot something. Oh well, it doesn't. But like, yeah, I always want to have like a card. So now we have one finally. 30 minutes. I think I'm pretty happy with that, with that outcome. And I will of course like make more assets. Not for this scene, I think. Like, I think that this scene for now is just done. But you will see me do other assets creations in the future. I will upload them on YouTube. And some of the assets that I'm creating, I'm also doing that live on stream. So if you don't want to miss anything of that, just follow me on Twitch and on Jechta Plays, and then make sure that you like having the notification on. So if I go live, then you know right away when I'm going to start sculpting, or maybe play like other games from the community. It really depends on what my mood is at that time. But like, if you don't want to miss anything, just like check out my Twitch. I will eventually also upload the VODs later on YouTube. But that will be sometime after the whole stream, so I'm not going to upload it right on the same day. So that helps, because like it's, yeah, you need to like download and edit and stuff like that. So that will take more time. So if you don't want to miss anything, just check out my Twitch, and if you can wait, then I will eventually also upload on YouTube. If you don't want to have look on Twitch or anything, you can always watch it later back. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this like small sculpt video. At least not 2 hours, luckily, so 1.5 hours is totally fine. I'm not really happy with the outcome. I kind of think I can do better, but for the first time making a card like this, I think it is okay. The wheels could be better. I still need to tweak maybe here and there, but overall, I think overall, I think it's okay. At least it looks like something that we know. Like these parts, like this one here, you can see that like it looks really weird. Some triangle shapes. I will probably fix that. I can also just like pretend there is like an plate around, like an iron plate over it. Then the problem is solved. Can do that as well. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to dream. Bye bye.